In this lecture, we're going to talk about slope. So let me ask a question. Let's say I was going to have to climb a steep, or I was going to have to climb a bunch of stairs, and I had my choice of picking this set of stairs right here to climb for a really long period of time. I had my choice of this one right here, or I could choose this set of stairs over here. Well, which set of stairs would you choose if you had your choice between these three sets? You might decide to pick the less steep set of stairs if you are going to have to climb a whole bunch of stairs. And I don't know, maybe you're going to pick this one if you want to exercise and do something like that. Well, mathematicians like to give a numerical value to situations like steepness of stairs, so that they can then be compared more easily. And when we do that, we come up with slope. Slope is going to be our numerical value that we can calculate that's going to be able to tell you about the steepness of something. Here we see that we can compare this to the rise over run of a set of stairs, and we can calculate slope based on that. Now, slope, we normally define slope with the symbol m, and I put up here that m actually came from the word monter, I think that's how you say it, meaning to go up or ascend or climb. So that's where the m comes from, which is the symbol we use for slope. And it's defined as the rise over the run. And that's how we would calculate it. Now, when we put a line like this on a coordinate plane where we have x's and y's, we can calculate the rise over run by taking the difference in the y's over the difference in the x's. You might see this as delta y, that's that little triangle, it means delta y over delta x. This would be read as the change in y over the change in x. Okay. So we're going to use this formula right here for m, for slope, to calculate the value of slope. Here I have a line on a coordinate system. I have 2 points. Now remember, when we have 2 points, the first number in my ordered pair is the x. I'm going to call this x1. The second number would be y, and I'm going to call it y1. And the 1 is just telling me that I have, in this case, I have 2 x's. So I'm going to come down here and call this x2 and y2. And that's just denoting the differences between the x's. So if I'm told that I wanted to find the slope of that line, I write m, remember that means slope, and I'm going to remember that it's the difference in the y's minus the difference in the x's. I mean the difference in the y's over the difference in the x's, sorry. So I have the y's up on the numerator and the x's in the denominator. So I'm just going to use my numbers over here. I'm starting with the 2. 2 minus 3, those are the y's, over 0 minus 4. Okay, remember our integer rules. I'm going to change. I end up with negative 1, sorry. Negative 1 over negative 4, and negative over a negative gives me a positive, so my answer is 1/4. So the slope of this line says that for every y I increase, I'm going to increase 4 x's. Now what if, I want to show you that although the formula is written as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, it's really just the change in y's over the change in x's. So I could have written this as, let's start here with the y's. 3 minus 2 over 4 minus 0. Okay, 3 minus 2 is 1, 4 minus 0 is 4. Notice that I get the exact same answer. This will always work as long as you're going in the same direction for the y's as you do, for the x's as you do the y's. Notice I started at the first point and I subtracted the second point. for both the x's and the y's when I got this one. The first time I did it, I started with the second point and subtracted the first point. As long as you do the same thing for the y's that you do for the x's, you won't have a problem with your signs.